Today we are going to solve systems using substitution. First, let's review how we solve systems using graphing. So what we did in class was I gave you two equations and we graphed those and found the intersection of those two lines. So our first line is y equals 2/3 x minus 5. This second line is y equals negative 2x plus 3. And we found where those two lines intersect, which is always a point. This point is an ordered pair, and so the solution to a system is always an ordered pair, and in this case, it would be 3, negative 3. So now we're going to learn how to solve systems using substitution. So again, you're going to be given two equations, and typically you're given two variables x and y in both of those equations, but we're going to start off with an easier question and work our way up to harder questions. So again, we're trying to find an ordered pair where these two equations intersect, or an ordered pair that works for both equations. And I have already told you that x equals 3, so x has to equal 3. To find the y value, this is where we're going to use substitution. So we know that x is equal to 3, and I'm just going to substitute x in to the 3 into the second equation where the x value is. So my new equation will be 2y plus 3 equals 3. And now I just need to solve for y. So my ordered pair will be 3, 0. That will be the solution. This will be the solution to this system. And then you can always do an easy mental check to make sure that your solution is correct. So I'm going to go back to this equation and I'm going to substitute in the values. So the y value is 0, the x value is 3, and so then I get 0 plus 3 equals 3, which is a true statement. So I know that that solution is correct. So the second system we're going to solve, I've given you y equals 4x and x plus y equals 5. This time we do not know either the x or the y value, so we have to find both. So we know that y is equal to 4x, so where y is in the second equation, I'm going to substitute in the expression 4x. So here's the original equation, x plus y equals 5, and now I have x plus 4x equals 5. You should know that you are starting substitution correctly, because once you substitute in, you should have the same variable in your equation. And now we can solve for x. I'm going to combine like terms and solve, and I get that x is equal to 1. So now I know that at least the x part of the coordinate has to be 1. To find the y coordinate, it's just, since I'm looking for y, I'm going to go to the y equals equation, and I'm just going to substitute in the x value because I know x is now 1, and I'm going to get that y is equal to 4. So the ordered pair, or the solution to the system, will be 1, 4. Again, we can just do a quick, easy mental check. Since I've used the y equals 4x equation to find the 4 value, I'm going to use the second equation to check my work. So x is 1, y is 4, and yes, 1 plus 4 does equal 5. So 1, 4 is the correct solution. Okay, here will be our third example of substitution. Again, we have to find the x and the y value. So I have a y equals equation. I'm going to substitute what y equals into y in the other equation. So that's the equation I'm starting with. 3x minus y equals, that should be a 9. That should be a 9. That should be a 9. So I am just going to substitute in where I'm going to substitute in 4x minus 7 into where y is. And this is where you have to be careful. There's a subtraction sign in front of y, so we need to subtract all of this. So I need to subtract the 4x, and I need to subtract the minus 7, which makes it a plus 7. So I'm going to combine my terms and solve, and I get that x equals negative 2. So that's the x value that I'm looking for, and now I have to find the y value. So since I'm looking for y, I'm going to go back to that y equals equation. I now know the x value is negative 2, and I get that y equals negative 15. So the ordered pair for this system will be negative 2, negative 15. And then again, let's just do a quick check. I use the y equals 4x minus 7 to find the negative 15, so I'm going to use the other equation for my check. Plus, it's also easier to use since x and y are both on the same side of the equal sign. So x value is negative 2, my y value is negative 15, so when I evaluate that, I get negative 6 plus 15 equals 9, and that is a true statement. So my order pair, negative 2, negative 15, is the correct solution. Okay, here's our last example of using substitution. So I am going to find the x and the y value again that satisfies both equations. This time I've given you an x equals equation. So x is equal to this expression. I'm going to substitute that expression into where x is in the second equation. So here's the equation, 2x plus 2y equals 14. I'm going to take out x, and I'm going to substitute in the expression 1/2 y plus 4. When you use a substitution, you need to make sure you use parentheses because it's 2 times x, and x is equal to all of that. So we should use the distributive property. You should combine like terms, and then you need to solve for y. So I get y equals 2. So this is now where you have to be careful because we just found the y value to the coordinate, not the x value. So make sure when you write your order pair that you're putting the 2 in for the y coordinate. So now I need to find what x is equal to. It's easy to go to the x equals equation. I now know the y value is 2. And I'm just going to substitute in and evaluate and get that x is equal to 5. So my order pair, the solution to this system will be 5, 2. Again, we can do a quick, easy mental check. I've used this x equals equation to find the y value, so I'm going to go back to the original equation of 2x plus 2y equals 14. I'm going to substitute into that. When I substitute in, I should get 14. My x value is 2. My x value is 5. My y value is 2. And I do get 10 plus 4 is equal to 14, which is a true statement.